Let's go to the next thing now. Let's go to the outside and the wide zone play, all right? The outside and the wide zone play, all right? Okay, I'm sorry, excuse me, just the wide zone play. Now, if we just called the wide zone play, fellas, and we're blocking this defense right here, now the techniques I'd want to use for the guards, I call it a parabola pull. All right, watch the guards. See, watch what I'm doing here. I'll show you what I'm doing. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do with this center and this whatever, and then we go like hell on the back side. First of all, the front side tight end would pretty much do the same thing, but he'd really get off the ball, and that linebacker's kind of out there and wide. What he would do is still get some depth, boom, boom, and he basically would use the same technique as he's doing on this play. What I'm saying is I'm going to get a little bit of depth, and maybe my head position's a little wider, but get a little depth, boom, boom, and then I might go for a little more outside head position, get my hand inside. I'm not trying to pull real deep and hook him, because I'll get knocked right back in the backfield, all right? So I got to get off the ball a little bit, like 1, 2, and then drive his outside number. If he widens, I torque him, twist him, the ball goes underneath me. But don't forget, this ball's going way outside. So fellas, here's what we would do with the front side tackle. Remember the technique I showed you in the first tape we did in this series is how the front side tackle, okay, he'd take a fairly deep drop step, and he'd take his second step and he'd cross over now. I'm not that concerned that I stay real tight with my second step. Boom, boom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my outside arm and knock his outside shoulder back. So it's going to look like this. Boom, boom. All right? And I'm going to run my feet this way here. I'm going to try to take my outside arm and knock his shoulder back. Bam. This inside arm is here, and I'm running him kind of on this angle, okay? Obviously, if they were a slanting type team, okay, and I knew they were moving and this guy was running like hell, let's start over again, okay? That technique is the technique that I would use, let's start over again, if I was one-on-one on a guy, okay? So, bottom line, let's hold on that technique for a minute. I'll come back to it in a second. Let's start over again, okay? I'm running the wide zone versus a 3-4 defense. Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I am going to, here's that guy, he's in maybe that tight 5 technique, right? All right, I am going to take a fairly deep drop, okay? I might actually shuffle a little bit first, but I'll take a fairly deep drop, and I'm going to take my backside shoulder and forearm, right? And take a look at it. I'm going to take a big crossover step, and I'm going to rip right through the guy, or right past him. You see what I've done right like that? I'm trying to avoid this guy to get on this angle. Don't forget, the running back is going 2 yards outside the tight end's block. So I'm actually almost trying to avoid this guy. Now, the bottom line is, fellas, if you end up getting knocked back, then here's what you want to do, all right? You want to go ahead and take a drop step, and second step to the crotch, and take your outside arm and knock his outside shoulder back and run him on this angle, but you're not trying to hook him like this. So you can either experiment with ripping by the guy, or powering through him with your outside arm here, your inside arm there, and you're running on that angle. You with me? Because if you turn like this too much, you'll never be able to get off on the backer. All right, what we're going to do now by the front side guard, we would like that front side guard to overtake that 5 technique. And when I say overtake him, is I get off the ball. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm the right guard. All right, this knee drops to deep toe step. Watch how deep I am. Deep, all right? Now watch. Now I'm losing ground. I'm actually going to get behind the tackle and push on him. And I don't want to push on this guy like this. I'll push him. I want to actually piggyback my so if I'm the right tackle over into this area, I want to get right behind him, and I want to push on me. I want to push this tackle off, and this guy wants to overtake him. He cannot overtake him if he just takes a step like that. So it's kind of an overtaking type of a block. All right? The center is going to attempt to rip by the nose guard, drop and rip. And this guard's going to take deep pull step and overtake him. And then we just go like hell on the backside. All right? So that's pretty much what we're trying to do versus that defense. All right? We're going to do the same thing here. All right? We're going to try to overtake. We're going to go down the line of scrimmage, reach, scramble, cut. We've got this kind of angle. We've got a deep pull. We're trying to cut that guy. whatever. All right, if we've got a 7 technique, same thing. The tackle's going to take a deep step back on the toe. Now the tight end can rip past the 7. He's going to overtake him. Now here's the only thing that we do a little different, fellas. When we're playing against the 3 technique and we're running the wide zone, all right, we let the front side guard, okay? He kind of shuffles and he wants to hook the 3. Now here's how he hooks the 3. The 3 is a little bit tighter. So when we hook a 3 technique on the wide play, I'm the right guard, I start to shuffle a little bit. Watch, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I take my outside arm, 1, 2, and I get underneath his outside armpit and I turn him. I hook him. I jump, turn him. Boom, boom, boom. If I can't get him hooked because he's outside, I'll drop and go to a rip. But I'm trying to get position on this 3 technique. And what we do with the centers, fellas, is we just take the center and run them on that angle right there for the mic. We don't work a zone concept because if we try to get this guy to overtake him, they get too tied up on the 3. If the 3 pinches like hell, the guard will let him go, and we'll just let him go, and the guard will go up on the mic, and the center will get the mic too. The center might get picked. We man the center. The backside guard has to almost pull to get by. Everybody goes like hell. So the uncovered linemen are trying to get behind their buddy and push on them and push them off. Okay, with the exception of the center, he's just going to take a flat M blocking course. All right, so what we would do here, we would do the same thing. We'd use the power hook here. You know what I'm saying? We might have to shuffle first. That outside arm locking out. This would be the jump hook. It doesn't have to be as good because the ball's, this got to be a little more powerful. Straight through, boom, boom. All right, if we were doing the same thing here, we would, now, the bottom line is once you get to this defense here, and you're running the wide zone here, this might be the type of defense you might want to cut the defense. What I mean by cut the defense, you might want to, block down. But anyway, if we kept the same blocking rules, we'd hook, we'd power hook, we'd do this, we'd go like this, we'd go like this, we'd go like this, and obviously the ball's got to cut back. All right, same thing here. We'd go here, we'd avoid, get behind, we'd avoid, get behind, we'd go like hell. I'll cover this defense a little bit later.